Becoming supernatural. What if I told you that you have the power to heal your body, reshape your reality, and transcend the limitations you've always believed were fixed? What if your body isn't broken? It has just been listening to the wrong thoughts. Science now shows that your mind can heal your body, rewire your future, and unlock abilities you never knew you had. This is becoming supernatural, and it changes everything. That's the bold promise Dr. Joe Dispenza makes in his book, Becoming Supernatural. Dispenza isn't just a motivational speaker, he's a neuroscientist, chiropractor, and researcher who spent decades studying the intersection of neuroscience, epigenetics, and quantum physics. His central thesis is simple yet profound. When you change your mind, you can literally change your biology and your life circumstances. Today, we're going to explore the key ideas from this transformative book in a way that's practical and accessible. Whether you're skeptical or curious, buckle up because we're about to dive into some fascinating territory. The power of the present moment. Let's start with a fundamental question. Where does most of your mental energy go each day? If you're like most people, you're either reliving the past or rehearsing the future. You replay old conversations, regret past decisions, or worry about what's coming next. Dispenza argues that this habit keeps you trapped in the same patterns, creating the same experiences over and over again. Here's why. Your brain and body are literally living in the past. Every experience you've ever had has been recorded in your neural pathways. Your repeated thoughts have become automatic programs. Your familiar emotions have become your personality. And your personality, as Dispenza says, creates your personal reality. The key to breaking free is learning to live in the present moment, not as a philosophical ideal, but as a practical skill. When you're truly present, you're no longer bound by the predictable patterns of your past. You create space for something new to emerge. Your thoughts shape your reality. Now, let's get into the science. Dispenza explains that every time you have a thought, your brain releases chemical signals. These chemicals trigger emotional responses in your body. When you think the same thoughts repeatedly, you condition your body to expect certain feelings. Over time, this becomes automatic. You don't even need the original trigger anymore. Your body starts craving specific emotions like anxiety, sadness, or frustration, simply because they're familiar. You become addicted to your own emotional states. This is where it gets interesting. Your thoughts and feelings broadcast an electromagnetic signature into the field around you. According to quantum physics, this field of energy connects you to everything and everyone else. When you change your internal state, you change the signal you're sending out, and this influences what you attract back into your life. It sounds mystical, but Dispenza backs this up with measurable data from brain scans, heart rate variability studies, and even changes in gene expression among his workshop participants. Breaking the habit of being yourself. So how do you break free from these unconscious patterns? Dispenza introduces a concept he calls breaking the habit of being yourself. This means becoming conscious of your unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, and then deliberately choosing something different. The first step is awareness. You need to observe yourself throughout the day. Notice when you fall into familiar thought loops. Catch yourself when you react emotionally in predictable ways. Recognize the moments when you're operating on autopilot. The second step is interruption. When you catch yourself in an old pattern, you have to consciously stop it. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond. The third step is creation. You need to mentally rehearse a new way of being. This is where meditation and visualization become powerful tools. By repeatedly imagining yourself thinking, acting, and feeling differently, you begin to install new neural pathways. Your brain doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and one you vividly imagine. So when you mentally rehearse being confident, healthy, or successful, your brain treats it as real. The science of meditation. Meditation is central to Dispenza's teachings, but not the kind where you just sit quietly and hope for peace. His approach is active and intentional. He teaches people to enter altered states of consciousness where brain waves slow down from the busy beta state to the more receptive alpha and theta states. In these states, the analytical mind quiets and you gain access to the subconscious programming that runs your life. During meditation, Dispenza guides people to do several things. First, disconnect from the external environment. Close your eyes, turn inward, and stop processing sensory information from the outside world. Second, become aware of your body and space. Notice where you're holding tension, where energy feels blocked, and begin to release it. Third, move beyond time. Stop thinking about your schedule, your to-do list, or what happened yesterday. Enter the eternal now. Fourth, activate elevated emotions. This is crucial. Don't just visualize what you want, feel the emotions of already having it. Feel gratitude, joy, love, or freedom before the circumstance changes. This is how you signal new possibilities to the field. When done consistently, this practice creates measurable changes in the brain and body. People have reported spontaneous healings, shifts in chronic conditions, and dramatic life transformations. The quantum field and infinite possibilities. Here's where Dispenza bridges science and spirituality. Quantum physics tells us that at the subatomic level, everything is energy and possibility. Particles exist in a state of potential until they're observed or measured. Then they collapse into material reality. Dispenza applies this to human experience. He suggests that there's a field of infinite possibilities surrounding you at all times. When you're stuck in survival mode, stressed, worried, rushing, you're drawing from a limited set of known outcomes. You're trying to predict and control the future based on the past. But when you shift into creation mode, calm, present, open, you access this quantum field where anything is possible. You're no longer forcing or manipulating. You're allowing and receiving. The key is to stop waiting for something external to change how you feel inside. Most people live by the formula. Event creates emotion. Something good happens, then they feel happy. Something bad happens, then they feel sad. Dispenza flips this. He teaches, emotion creates the event. When you generate the feeling first independent of circumstances, you become a magnet for experiences that match that frequency. You're literally tuning your biology to a new channel. Reconditioning the body to a new mind. Your body is your unconscious mind. It's been conditioned by years of repeated thoughts and emotions. Even when you intellectually want to change, your body resists because it's comfortable with the familiar. Dispenza explains that you need to recondition your body to match your new intentions. This requires consistency and repetition. Just like building muscle at the gym, you need to practice your new state of being daily until it becomes automatic. This is why meditation alone isn't enough. You need to carry that elevated state into your daily life. When challenges arise, can you maintain your new frequency? When triggers appear, can you respond differently? The goal is to become so familiar with your desired future self that your body begins to believe it's already living in that reality. When your body believes it, it starts sending signals to your genes to create the biology that matches that belief. This is epigenetics in action. You literally signaling new genes to turn on and old genes to turn off, all through your thoughts and feelings. Healing and transformation stories throughout the book, Dispenza shares remarkable stories from his workshops and research. People who've healed from chronic illnesses, overcome depression, transformed relationships, and manifested unexpected opportunities. These aren't presented as miracles, but as natural outcomes of applying these principles consistently. When you change your internal state, your external reality eventually catches up. One of the most powerful aspects is the group effect. When hundreds or thousands of people meditate together with coherent intention, the field becomes amplified. Participants report heightened experiences, spontaneous healings, and mystical encounters. This suggests that we're far more connected than we realize. Your transformation doesn't just affect you. It ripples out and influences everyone around you. Practical steps to become supernatural. So what are the practical takeaways? How do you actually apply this in your life? First, establish a daily meditation practice. Even 15 minutes in the morning can begin to rewire your brain. Use guided meditations if you're new to this. Second, Become aware of your habitual thoughts and emotions. Keep a journal, notice patterns. The more conscious you become, the more choice you have. Third, mentally rehearse your ideal self. Don't just think about what you want, embody who you need to become to have it. How would that version of you think, feel, and act? Fourth, cultivate elevated emotions daily. Find reasons to feel grateful, joyful, or inspired before your circumstances justify it. This shifts your energy field. Fifth, be patient and persistent. Change doesn't happen overnight. Your body will resist at first. Keep going. The breakthroughs come to those who don't give up. Sixth, surround yourself with people who support your growth. The company you keep influences your frequency. Choose wisely. The bigger picture Dispenza's work points to something profound. Human beings are not fixed, limited creatures bound by genetics and circumstance. We're dynamic, creative beings with far more power than we've been taught to believe. Becoming supernatural doesn't mean developing superpowers. It means going beyond the limitations of your current self. It means accessing states of consciousness and biological functioning that seem extraordinary from your current vantage point, but are actually your natural potential. The implications are staggering. If we can change our biology through thought and emotion, if we can influence the field around us through coherence and intention, if we can heal ourselves and transform our lives through consciousness alone, then we're participating in creation itself. This isn't about magical thinking or denying reality. It is about recognizing that you not separate from reality. You actively shaping it through your state of being. Closing thoughts. Becoming supernatural challenges everything we've been taught about who we are and what's possible. It asks you to question your limitations, examine your beliefs, and take responsibility for your life at the deepest level. The science is compelling, the stories are inspiring, but ultimately, this is something you have to experience for yourself. No amount of reading or listening will change your life. You have to do the work. The good news: the work is accessible to everyone. You don't need special abilities, expensive equipment, or perfect circumstances. You just need willingness, consistency, and an open mind. Dr. Joe Dispenza has given us a roadmap. The journey is yours to take. So here's my question for you. Are you ready to break free from your past? Are you willing to step into the unknown? Are you prepared to discover what you're truly capable of? The supernatural version of yourself is waiting. It's time to step into that version of yourself. If this video clicked for you, join KM the Knowledge Movement.